Hi Barbara, welcome to our Hida processing page. We're going to learn how to do a Hida scan and how to process it. The way it's set up here is you're going to have two separate files, as you're going to see on the bottom here. The first one's the first 60 minutes, and the second one is the last 30 minutes, which is the CCK file. What we want to do is we want to highlight that one, cut here, and then we're going to select compatibility study. What we're going to get is this page here. In order to see it a little better, I'm going to change the color. I like to use hot metal because it kind of shows up really nice, and I'm going to change the intensity to log 2. Now, first thing we're going to do is we want to get our region of interest. So we're going to click on this little icon here, and it's going to kind of pick one out for us, but I don't like to use that one. I like to use my own. So I erase it, and I'm going to do my own here. Alright, now we want to do a background right next to it. There we go, and we've got a nice little curve here. And I'm going to look over here just to make sure that we don't need to adjust any motion here. And I think we're gonna. So in order to correct the motion here, we're going to come to Viewer Tools and Motion Correction. And then we're going to pick our file right here, which is CCK Anterior. We'll bring up this page here. It's going to bring each one of the cells. You can scroll through them with your mouse. And what will happen here is, what I like to do is I like to make it a little bit brighter so I can see what's going on in that. Oops, that gallbladder and region of interest there. Alright, so now I start to look at each one. And the first one I pick and move, if I move it in just a little bit, what it's going to do is it's going to move all the rest of them after the fact. So now the rest of them from here on out have moved. And I'm going to check each one. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to scroll using my mouse wheel all the way to the end and see where I'm at. And I'm going to move this one just a little bit, just to kind of get the last few in that region of interest a little bit better. There we go. Alright, you can kind of wheel through, make sure you like all the slices, or all the images I should say, and then hit apply right there. Alright, so it's going to get us a nice smoother curve here. Now what we want to do is we want to add our dose of CCK, so we're going to check this little check mark over here, and we'll click this box, and it was, let's say it's 1.40. And we want to do the duration of how long we did the CCK for. It's 30 minutes. Now once we have all this, what we're going to do is we're going to go to this next step icon here. And it's going to bring up our curve. Alright, so we're at 86.6%. What we can do is we can adjust these. Do the green one to the highest point. Is this one higher than this one? Yeah, just a little bit. So green one to the highest point, red one, and you can move it to the lowest point. And once you do that, what we're going to do is we're going to capture this in this little cine motion. So I'm just going to populate this with some information. What you want to do is you want to right click on the mouse. It's going to bring up this box, and we're going to put some text in here. So click on our text box. It's going to bring up this little X or this little cross. And you can just basically put it anywhere in the cell and click on it, and it's going to bring up this. Now I've got a bunch of pre-populated stuffs that we can use here. First thing you want to do is pick your initials. Put it in the corner here. And do it again, go to the text box, click it, and we're going to use our dose. Use Politech there. And it's already labeled anterior and right and left, so we're good there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to save this page with the cine motion. So we're going to come down here to this icon on the save, and we're going to tab down, and we're going to get two choices here, save or save secondary capture. We're going to choose secondary capture. And it's going to bring this up here, and we're going to do it in color, so we're going to hit red, green, blue, and we're going to save it as a multi-frame secondary capture. And hit, go to description here. CCK, I use small letters to differentiate it from the other file, and hit save. So it's going to save this little page with the cine motion. So what we're going to do is we're just going to X out of this completely. Do I want to save these images? Nah, we've already saved this in the splash page here, so no. Now what we do is we've got 3 files. We've got the one we just made, plus the 2 original files, the first 60 minutes and the last 30 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick both of these. So we're going to click on this one, hit Control, click on CCK, the large one, and we're going to come up here, and we're going to choose Application Suite. So that's going to do is it's going to bring both files up here. See, here's the first file, and here's the second file. What we want to do is we want to combine these two. So we're going to come here to Viewer Tools, tab down to the ICMT, and then we're going to come to the one that says Frame. And now we're going to start here. It's kind of got these backwards. What we're going to do is we're going to pick the Dynamic Anterior to be our first set, and it's going to automatically put the CCK Anterior to the second set. And we want to combine this into a single phase, so we're going to click on that. And this is our result. We're going to change this, and we're going to call it Hida Scan. And we click on this icon here, and that creates our new file. So these 2 files I'm just going to get rid of. I'm going to hide this one, and I'm going to hide this one, and I'm left with this one file now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to come back to our Viewer Tools, because we're still going to use this. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click in the box here. It's going to bring this up. And we're going to come to this icon here. It says 1 by 1. But we're going to change it all the way down and do 5 by 5. There we go. It's bringing them up nice. Now we're going to change this color so you can see it a little better. And I like to use hot metal because it looks nice. We're going to change the intensity to either log 2 or log 3. And it looks alright. Let's see what log 3 looks like. It's a little too much. Let's go with log 2. There we go. Alright, now we're going to populate this with the information we put in here. So again, now when you need to turn the TIG marks on here, that's the only time you can put text in here. So this is how you turn them on and off. Make sure it's on. And you can either choose the area that you want to put the first bit of text, and right next to Hida Scan we're going to put 60 seconds per frame. Put it right next to it. Over here I'm going to put initials. Now we have some orientation labels here that we can use, so we're going to use right, left. Do it one more time. And we're going to put in our Colatech. And then we're going to do it one more time. Text box. That's here. We're going to put anterior. There we go. Now we're ready to start snapshotting these. So we're going to come down here, secondary capture, RGB, and we're going to call this Hida 1, and save. Now from here, we're going to use these arrows here to go to the next page. Boom, next page. We're going to put Hida 2. Hida 2, save. Go to the next one here. Boom. Now, here's where we start our CCK. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take that box and we're going to put the amount that we put. And I always bring it up a little bit, make it like a 12. So that way it pops a little bit. Alright, now we're going to save this page and call it Hida 3. Go to the next page, last page here, and call this one Hida 4. And save. Alright, now from here we're going to hit exit. But be careful, it says, do you want to save images? Yes, we want to save them this time. What this is going to do is it's going to combine those 2 files that we had originally into one file. And that's the one we already called Hida Scan, so we're going to save it. Alright, now, if you look on the bottom here, you've got the original files, the first 60 minutes. Plus the CCK. Now here's both of them combined. So what we're going to do is we're going to save the original time activity curve graph here. 1, 2, 3, 4. and the raw data. Hit copy to, and hit eyesight, and then OK. And that's how you do a Hida scan.